I feel low. Okay, people. Hello, Wood again. I am doing another movie review on one of my favorite movies of all time, Donnie Darko. It's a great film. I know the lighting's a little dark for this, but the lighting's starting to adapt. Um, the Donnie Darko movie stars Jake Gyllenhaal, Jenna Malone, Drew Barrymore, Patrick Swayze, and Noah Weil. Um, I know Jake Gyllenhaal is this guy right there. He's Donnie. He plays Donnie. And then you have um it describes this as a Stick of Echoes, a Final Destination film. I haven't seen the full Final Destination because I think I I don't really like watching Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. I think his iconic roles are Predator and Terminator, and that's how I stick to Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, yeah, but this is not about Arnold Schwarzenegger. I will do another movie review probably soon of Terminator and Terminator 2 once I rewatch it because it's been a while. And Predator 2, it's been a while since I've seen the original Predator 2. Predator's good though, yeah, I have no problems with those movies. But this Donnie Darko is definitely some of the best movies I've ever seen in my life. And my sisters was like, Ray, you have to see Donnie Darko. Ray, you have to see Donnie Darko. Ray, you have to see Donnie Darko. And I'm like, it's just not my thing. I'm like, because I thought from the cover and the titles, it was just, another jump scare movie that was more about the sake of giving your a reflex, kind of like just popping into the image of the screen. It's not scary. Doesn't last. Uh, this movie though is demented in a way. It's like it has a life of its own. When you watch this movie, you swear to God that this is a real story. It's like it's now this is going to sound weird. It's a sci-fi slash teen drama slash a little bit scary. The teen drama part I find quite interesting. I feel like it's actually more interesting than the previous movie review I did on the movie The Breakfast Club. The teen drama in this is actually very real. It's very, very in tune to their characters. This is actually one of Seth Rogen's first movies that he did. Seth Rogen's in this. He plays a small role as a bully in school who ends up becoming the villain. At the end, kind of a villain, more a role than anything else. Uh, yeah. A lot of people do not own this specific copy or the specific DVD of Donnie Darko. A lot of people own the one with the white. It's just this guy's head right there. And I realized that we 3 minutes 29 seconds discussing over this movie, so I'm finally just going to talk about it. Where do you start off in Donnie Darko? Okay, Donnie is a teenager who has mental issues. Okay, he's a sleepwalker. He's sad, and it's just starts out. He's really at this point of desperation, and it's just so odd. The movie's beginning to learn what's happening to Donnie. It takes a couple of views to get the movie, but and that's what I love about it. It's just such a phenomenal piece of movie. But okay, you see Donnie. The movie begins. You see these like, see it starts off on the mountain, on this like hill type mountain thing, and Donnie's sleeping on the road with the bike next to him, and you're like, why is he sleeping on the road? Apparently, he sleep biked there in the middle of the night, and he doesn't take his pills anymore, prescribed. Apparently, they make him depressed. Apparently, they make him see things that he does not understand. So he's um. So while the pills will let him sleep and not sleepwalk, they will let him visualize mental issues. So at that point in the story, you you see this scene where the sister, okay, they have this dinner and they're talking. The sister and Donnie, who's actually played by Jake Gyllenhaal's real sister, which I find very interesting. And you have so many people in this film. If one person was removed from the product that they put out, this would have been a complete mishap. They chose the right casting. But at this point, you see Donnie, and they're calling each other, Donnie and sister, they're calling each other dicks and assholes and sucker fucks. It's like, oh god, these are real siblings. I know what real siblings argue. I know not everyone out here has a big sister. Most of you probably have little sisters or twins or something. I know some of you will have big sisters, but me and my sister, we get along at times, but we really yell at each other sometimes. We really get each other's throats. We cuss each other out, and it's really weird how we can get along at sometimes and not at other times. And my dad really questions it. Why don't we? But so at one point in the film, you see Donnie go to bed, and then see this creepy scene. You see this like bunny in this scary ass suit. I mean, this suit is fucking weird. I mean, like that's what the that's what the head of the suit looks like. That bunny thing, that's the head of the suit, and pretty weird. I think they have a picture of it on here somewhere. No? Alright. Well, okay. At one point in the film, Donnie goes outside, and he's following this bunny. He's sleepwalking. A jet engine crashes into his room. And Donnie's not in the room. They figure this out later. And they're like, oh, thank God you're alive. And throughout the movie, at one point you see you see this guy. His name is what's his name? Okay. Mention him. His name is Jim Cunningham. I think so. That's what's his name, Jim Cunningham. Okay, he is a person who wrote books about attitudinal beliefs and other things about it. Woo! I'm trying to get I'm trying to get the sound bar up. Ah! Woo! There it was. Okay, I got what I want. Okay, but okay, so in Donnie's class, they start studying. In one of Donnie's classes. They start learning about Jim Cunningham. Well, and showing VHS tapes and stuff. This movie is set back in 1988, so no projectors, just VHS and TVs they bring in. So like, please stop the VHS tape now. Do the exercise. Well, then this girl, I just want to tell us because it's funny. The teacher hands out like little elements and issues, like, and apparently the two strongest emotions are fear and love. And it's like, well then Donnie gets called up, and he's like, I don't get it. Like, just place it somewhere on the graph. And he's like, no, life isn't this simple. You can't just lump everything into two categories. Just forget about everything else. And I was like, he's right. Life isn't this simple. And he's like, that's what the bar shows. And he's like, then he tells you, you don't see this, but you know, you hear later. Donnie told her to go shove the thing, that like this little cardboard piece thing, to shove it up her ass. I know, it's funny. I'm like, I started laughing my ass off. And I was like, okay. Oh, then they step back into the room and stuff. A lot of things happen to Donnie. He finds his like girlfriend stuff, who's a really good character. It's not like you have to like her in order to like Donnie. It's more like she's a good character all around. She's nice, she's pretty, she's cute, and she's just like funny. She's a good person at heart, and she's just like so great in the film. Now, granted, this was not her movie to shine. In this film, the main point is Donnie and Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal's the actor who played Donnie. Jake Gyllenhaal stole every scene. Jake Gyllenhaal stole the movie. He stole the whole movie. It's like, I like all these characters. I'm like, but Donnie's so much cooler. You really connect with the guy. And now I know probably none of y'all are mental patients. You probably won't be on the internet. I'm sorry for offending mental patients. I have a little bit of a mental issue too. Done! Woo! Okay, well, at one point in the movie, a lot of things happen to Donnie. Well, what? I can't put this far. Okay, a lot of things do happen to Donnie. And, yeah. Dang, I gotta cut this short. Okay. There's a scene where he tells, okay, a lot of things happen to Donnie. I would recommend you watching the film. I'm going to skip to the end of the movie. Throughout the movie, him and his science teacher have been discussing time travel and stuff, and he's been studying this woman and Cellar Door. Cellar Door is apparently the most beautiful name in literature. I don't know. Well, then he goes to the woman who wrote this time travel book, Cellar Door. They start finding stuff, and then there's these two guys, boom, Seth Rogen, and they beat him up, and they're trying to beat him up, even the girl, and then you see the cop, and then you see this car coming, and it's the guy in the bunny suit before he even got shot. See, at one point in the movie, Donnie and the girl go to a movie theater. They watch Evil Dead. And then you see the guy in the bunny suit, and he's like, why are you wearing that stupid bunny suit? And he's like, why are you wearing that stupid man suit? It's pretty funny. Well, Donnie is being told by this bunny to do what he says because the bunny saved his life. Well, he looks over, and at one point the bunny did take off the mask, and his eye was like releasing blood, really fast. It was pretty scary. Well, then you see Donnie take out a gun and shoot the bunny, before he became the bunny, in the eye. So that's how he got it. And then you see, the fact that him and his mom and his little sister will die, and all these people will die. And he's like, what if I died? And he, goes back, and he's they've been discussing wormholes. Well, then he goes and gets in the time warp, and goes back in time, and kills himself. No, he made sure he didn't take... He made sure he took the pain pills, he made sure he took these pills, and then he died at the end of the movie. Yeah, but I would recommend seeing the movie. I give it a 10 out of 10. So, yeah, this review is really long. I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet next time. Boom! Just kidding. I love you guys. Peace out! Oh God. Try it again.